Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. I'd like to go over some trades that I took today. Just so everybody knows, these trades are sim trades. At this point I'm just practicing and trying to verify my method before I go live. So now that that's out of the way, let's look at the charts and see the trades I took today. Okay, so for the first trade, I'm looking for a short. I'm seeing prices pulling back up. I'm looking at a pullback short trade. I'm looking to see if I can get 78.50, but prices are still, I'm still thinking about it. Okay. All right. Well, by the time I was ready to pull the trigger, I was too far from 78.50. I got in at 77.75, which got me to take a few ticks hit, but I'm still confident in the trade. I'm looking to see if sellers are stepping in. So now I see sellers are coming in. 309 contracts at 78. They're starting to pull back down the buyers. So the sellers hitting the bids right now. 85 to down, 129. Waiting. Okay, I'm already in the money, aiming for my first contract out at 1 point. Once the contract is out, I'll move my stop to a break even. In the meantime, it's just one tick above, so I won't lose too much in my trade. And now we got the first contract out. Stop to a break even, and now I'm looking to basically trail my stop all the way down. I see the support down at 75 and a quarter and 75. There's over 1,000 contracts there. And one of my mistakes is not getting out there. I was thinking it might break below. Basically, I got too greedy. So I'm trying to wait for the market to break. Well, since the market already made its move in the gap, if you count the gap, I don't think there was too much to the downside. So I didn't take that into consideration. So right now I'm just going to trade on my stop. My profit into 2 ticks when it hits support, just to make sure I get some money out of it. But as far as I remember, the market did not break down, so I only took a couple of ticks out of the second contract. Let's watch. Still watching. Price is coming back down again, but still not moving my profit target on the second contract. Big mistake. But you never know how far it's going to go. I was thinking there was more momentum to that trade, but I was wrong about that. I'm waiting for the market to break the low. As you can see in the power meter, there's a lot of sellers, but buyers are starting to catch up. So I noticed that, and I'm hovering with my mouse to move my stop either lower or just cover the trade out. Okay, and the trade is almost done. One more tick to book, and total win on that trade is 7 ticks. Now let's fast forward to the next trade and see how that works. Okay, so for the second trade, I was thinking we can go short again, but I was wrong. I see the 450 contracts there at 79.50, so I'm trying to front run that thing and try to fill those shorts. I'm not filled yet, but I will get filled and it will fail. I'll be losing on that trade, basically 3 ticks. Okay, so now I'm filled in and the trade immediately did not work in my favor. It only ticked down like 1 tick and I realized that, okay, buyers now, you see the contracts at 79, they're trying to take it higher. The tape is blue again. On the power meter, you know it's all blue, so 17,000. So I said, you know what? Let's just go flip that thing and, try to do the long side. Again, taking 2 contracts. I'm already long 2 contracts right here. Same drill. I see some resistance here, about 51 contracts, and then more resistance stepping in, right. The tape's starting to get a little red there. I'm getting a little nervous because I see that resistance. So I decided to wait it out and see what's going to happen. In the meantime, it ticks 2 times against me. I try to hit the bid, but immediately it ticks back up. So I'm still staying long, although I already lost a short trade. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Right now, they're trying to break that 500 contract right there at 80 and a quarter. Nothing happened yet. Trying to hit that bid. I'm a little bit nervous here, but still a couple of ticks up. All right, and kicked back to my entry point. The power meter is going strong on the blue side, which is the buyer. So right now at 80, 519 contracts to the upside, 525 versus 43. You can see now it'll flash white with all of the contracts over 400. So now we're going to get some movement here. $195, 400. So it looks better than when I started the trade. $395, 400 again on the offer, $592. And there we go. First target hit. Immediately move my stop to break even. Now I'm looking for a target. I'll move my target on the second contract to only 1 tick. Trying to see what's going to happen. I see 82, 420 contracts. Tape is still blue. I'm putting my mouse on the profit, trying to move it a little bit. Not yet. Trying to stay as long as I can in the trade. That's the hard part. All right, booking 2 ticks just in case. Let's see. 3 ticks, trailing by 3 ticks now. And stop. Another 7 tick winner. After 3 ticks times 2 contract loser. So that's a good trade. That's how I look at it. All right, let's fast forward to the next trade and see how that goes. All right, at this point, we have a poor high on profiles, so I decided to go long. Looking at the order flow, and there are a lot of buyers coming in, 800, 900, 1,000, so I decided to go long on that. This time I only went with one contract, so I'm aiming for a couple ticks on that breakout just to be sure the profile is correct and we have a good high there. In the meantime, I'm seeing a little bit, I'm taking a little bit of heat, but the sellers are trying to push it down. $428 contracts on the downside and nothing happened. Let's see, buyers stepping in again. Right now I see 79 contracts, 90 contracts, 95 contracts to the upside, but they don't hit the bid yet. 1, 2 on the bid, immediately on the offer. Again on the offer. Look at the power meter, 33,000 versus 29,717. Trying again, taking it all the way back up again. And here's our breakout about to happen. And boom, that was a good trade. That was a poor high on the profile. That was a good trade. So let's go on to the next trade and see how that works. Okay, I noticed that the sellers are trying to push the market down and immediately buyers are reacting to that. So now I'm thinking continuation long in this area. I noticed the support at 76, 500 contracts. Decided to go long there. Right now I see only 35 to the downside, 66 to the upside. I'm long 2 contracts. Setting up my target 1 point. Now, one thing I don't like about this trade is 1,500 to the downside and 900, 1,000 to the upside on the power meter. But I have to remember that it pulled back, and it pulled back because sellers stepped in. So right now, ticking to my favor, 107 to the upside, 257 to the downside, but buyers stepping in again, 300. Getting close to my first profit on 2 contracts. I decided to take only 3 ticks out of this trade on the first contract. So I was starting to worry about that 400 contracts at 77.50. But I'm looking at the tick chart on the right. It's kind of not passing zero. I'm trying to see what's going to happen. So far, buyers are starting to catch up. No fill yet. No fill. Ticking back down. Tape is starting to look blue again. That's a good sign when you're long. Starting to move my stop at the bottom here. Looks like the trade is kind of slow this time. Watching the 450 here. Moving my stop just in case. Got the fill on the first contract. Okay, waiting for buyers to step in. It's kind of a slow trade so far. I just got out. Not sure why, but probably because I'm nervous about the 300 contracts to the downside. So another good trade so far, a positive day. Let's go and look at the next trade. Well, I bailed too early on the previous trade in the same location, so I decided to give it a go again, and maybe it'll break this high again. I still see the 77.50 resistance with 418 contracts, and now 78 is flashing with 400 contracts. So I'm going to go long. Right now I put in one contract. Buyers starting to step in. The tape is blue, tick chart is at 0, and I'm waiting for the market to move. It looks like a continuation trade, but you never know. Okay, I see 123 contracts on the tape, and I'm putting my ambitious target up there. So one tick so far, not really a lot of heat on our trade yet. One tick heat. I have to say here 2 ticks heat. Then back to break even. I'm still waiting for the buyers again. Same situation as the previous trade. Now shows 377 to the downside, 389 to the downside, but buyers are trying to push it. And let's see. Still worried about 4,000 versus 3,500 on the power meter. Tick is coming down by a little bit. $500 to the downside on 77, 600. Starting to get really nervous. 700. But it only ticks down a tick or two. So that means absorption in my book. And it looks like breakout is about to happen. It pulled the 400 away. So now we have a resistance at 79.75, which, is up there. Still waiting with my mouse, like 2 ticks down from my entry. Get out of the trade just in case. Let's see, NYSE tick going up. Buyers on the power meter are overtaking the sellers. 5,100 versus 4,900. Tick is going up too. And it goes up. Waiting to move my target, see what price I get. Right at the VWAP right now. Trying to get filled up and boom. All right. Well, that was today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I intend to do more of these. This actually helps me to understand what I do during the day. Stay tuned for more videos, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Talk to you later.